Consumer ethics is a form of ethics which discusses morality in consumption. Today, everyone is a consumer, and attempting to purchase products that are made without unethical practices is difficult or maybe even impossible. Due to globalization and outsourcing, finished products in stores possess a huge process including manufacturing, shipping, and pricing. Often enough, the processing of a very cheap item has one or more unethical processes involved. Examples of unethical processes would be the employment of child labor, harmful environmental concerns, human and animal welfare, and fair trade. Let's say that there are two similar purses for sale. One purse is more expensive and surely made through ethical means. The other purse is cheaper, but known to be made through child labor. It can be assumed that the ethical decision would be to buy the purse made through ethical processes. I think it is important for consumers to know whether or not a product is made ethically. According to a UK survey carried out by Trade Extensions, 80% of consumers believe that it is important for businesses to behave ethically. That said, it is rare for consumers to understand the full extent of a product's production. Even in the case that the consumer is fully aware, the unethical product does have considerable pulling factors such as convenience or price. The supposed ethical consumer must put in a lot of effort in order to maintain that status, but what if there's actually no moral decision in choosing how you spend your money on products? Consuming is universal to all people. All people ought to be concerned about morals in order to lead virtuous lives, and if customers do not bear moral responsibility for their purchases, then that takes an enormous amount of pressure off of those attempting to lead ethical lives. Do consumers bear moral culpability for what they purchase? In Complicity, Ethics, and Law for Collective Age, Christopher Cutts argues that the marketplace is an amoral place in which a consumer's obligation is to strike the best economic deal. This is an important question to answer because there seems to be an obvious answer that of course consumers' choices affect others and therefore can be ethically judged. But a consumer hasn't directly assisted to any unethical practices yet. Like Cutts, one could argue that a customer's role is to strike the best deal and to uphold the current economic system. One could also point out that any one individual's purchase is insignificant within a collective action problem, as Cutts does. Collective action is an action taken by a group or organization in order to enhance its position. An example of collective action could be said as, if I don't purchase this item, then someone else will, so I might as well. There are many critics of the consequences of collective action. In Consuming Choices, David Schwartz examines the influence of customers' actions. He assumes that customers do have a moral culpability in their purchases because the consumer's money does have an effect regardless of the size of that effect. This paper will conclude that consumers do have moral responsibility when purchasing products and that there are moral decisions to be made in the realm of consumption.